Hello and welcome back to your midweek Twin Flame collective card reading. I'm super excited because I always like to share the card decks with you before we begin, but my Twin Flame just got a new card deck and I love this one. I think recently, maybe the last 2 weeks in a row, I did the Quantum Oracle deck, which is, one of my favorites. Actually here, yeah, I have it here. But this is one that I like to use often, but it's by Sandra Ann Taylor, the Quantum Oracle. And what is that thing that they normally say? This is not a paid advertisement. This is not a paid advertisement, I think is the thing that they say. I'm just simply sharing the decks. So my Twin Flame got a new card deck, and this one is very similar, the images. So I'm super, super excited to, do the reading with you today. It's called The Energy and Spirit Oracle it's also by Sandra Ann Taylor. That must be why it looks very similar to the Quantum Oracle. We're just gonna start shuffling here. I felt like it would be a good idea for me just to talk, since this is a midweek Twin Flame collective card reading, I felt like it would be good for me just to share like what I'm moving through this week because, we are one consciousness. And so the Twin Flame Collective, we're all going to be moving through things like in our own way. And it's going to manifest a little bit differently for each one of us. It's also because we're one, it's going to be a lot of like similar energies. Like what my Twin Flame and I have been moving through this week is like a lot of like releasing negative thought patterns, a lot of like just feelings about self, a lot of like negative feelings about self, like lack of value, feeling unworthy, feeling like we're not, or I'm not a good person, just like a lot of like negative thought patterns. So that's what I've been really like diving deep into because your twin flame is going to mirror those things back to you. Like how you feel about yourself is what they're going to reflect back to you. And so like this morning, I was moving through something, feeling like I was a mean person, like nothing's happening. It's just something that I'm just feeling, right? It's just a feeling coming up in my heart. When you're with your twin flame, like that energy is going to be amplified. And so my twin flame wasn't doing anything, just being themselves completely, just living life. And that energy was being reflected back to me. And in that, I was feeling like my twin flame, didn't like me or something like that. But then I just applied the mirror exercise and healed through it. And yeah, that's what we do on a daily basis is we just mirror. We're showing each other and then we just go on about our day. And that's all that you need to do too, is just keep working your process. Just love yourself with what your twin flame is showing you. Just move on with your life. And, that's cultivating your joy and your happiness. I feel like I've shuffled the cards well enough. We're going to go ahead and just do one more, and then we will begin the reading. Okay. This is great. So the first card we have is achievement, and it says completion and reward. Yeah, I love the imagery. It's just so clear and it's just easy to understand what it's communicating, but breakthroughs happening in your union. I'm picking up, this was like an energy too, I think either last week or the week before, but it was talking about like rewards for the hard work that you've been doing. And I'm kind of like sensing that there's a continuation of that. And also too, a completion of that because you can see, I don't know, the ribbon. And, if you see like in a race or something, like there's a finish line, right? And so this is almost like that's what it says actually is completion. So that reward energy that we were moving through, or that breakthrough energy that we've been moving through, I think the last 2 or 3 weeks, this is a completion of that. All of your hard work has paid off, and know that it's an internal achievement first. Your union is first an inner state of being that's manifested outwardly. And so whatever it is that you've been working hard on achieving in your union, know that you've completed it. And you're either experiencing the results of whatever that breakthrough is externally, or you're about to, because this is the completion of that. And so this is a really great sign. A cycle is ending, and you are manifesting the result of your hard work. It's actually coming to be in your reality. That's really good. That brings like a lot of joy in my heart. All right, this is good. Okay, so let's go to the second card. This is number 42, prosperity, abundance, and success. Look how beautiful that is. You and your twin flame, you are essentially manifesting your own heaven on earth. And your heaven on earth is in perfect harmony with other twin flames and their heaven on earth. It works in tandem, in perfect harmony and peace with every other union on earth. And this essentially is symbolic of the kingdom of heaven that you are cultivating with your twin flame. The divine feminine is the queen, and the divine masculine is the king. And so you are the king and the queen of your heaven, and you get to create in your reality what it is that you desire with your twin flame. And you can see, like, you know, the road here that goes perfectly hand in hand with what I was just saying here, right? Completion and reward is now you can see it. You can see it. It's right in front of you, you know, the massive castle. And I believe there's a butterfly there as well, which is transformation. There's been a massive amount of transformation to get to where you are at right now. And you can see the kind of like when a flower or a sprout, something is a plant, right? When the seed has sprouted and it begins to grow up through the soil, and you start to see it breaking through the soil, like you can see it now, like you're witnessing it in some way in your reality. You are seeing it, or you're about to see it. And abundance comes in many, many, many ways. It can come in the form of your twin flame union. It can come in the form of actual money. It can come in the form of a job offer, a career transition, a new car. Like, it can come in the form of your ultimate joy and happiness, you know, in your heart, and then manifest to, like, whatever it is specific to you. It is tangible. It is coming to be in your reality. And so this is, once again, a really great sign, a beautiful card. Let's just go into the third. So this is number 23, thought vibrations, resonant choices, signature signals. And this goes exactly hand in hand with what I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, about how powerful your thoughts are, and letting go of that negative thinking, that fear-based thinking, or those misaligned beliefs. And so it's really like choosing those choices of love for yourself, following the signs and the synchronicities that it is that you're receiving. And you want to have your twin flame union is founded on a vibration of unconditional love. So you want to always be aligning your thoughts and your heart to that vibration of unconditional love. And so just as I have been moving through letting go of misbeliefs, negative thought patterns, you too can choose to let those go. And meditation is a really great way to cleanse your consciousness and really to align yourself to that divine thought system. And also with the 3 and the 2, that comes out to 5, which is changes. And you can see this card is symbolic of transformation. And so you are undertaking a lot of transformation, and you and your twin flame are both. But I was just specifically speaking to you because you're the one watching this reading. Just trust in your heart and have faith that everything is moving forward. And clearly, because we have such a beautiful reading right now, this is gorgeous stuff. The next card is number 19, letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom from the time constraints, or freedom from time constraints. And you can see this person, you know, there's an office here, and you see all their sticky notes on their computer, their stack of papers, and then there's one of those time things, and they're just like, they're out of their office. They're like, okay, and that's enough of this. I've had about enough of time constraints and being overworked and feeling overburdened or overwhelmed. It's really cool too, because on the calendar it says November, and we're currently in October, you know, making our way towards the month of November. And it really just feels like this is a indication of it's time to relax. Because I say this often, but you know, when we see the beautiful things that were coming out in the beginning of the car or the beginning of the reading, there can be a sense of excitement in our hearts, but sometimes excitement can tip over into fear, and fear of like, how's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And you might start looking for things, but you want to make sure that you don't tip into that excited stage or that fearful, like that anxiety, that fearful state. You just remain grounded and at peace and just surrender, let go of time constraints, right? Like your union is now. It's already happening for you. And just as you have been relaxing and working very hard at this, just keep relaxing. And it's time to like pay it to yourself. Like, what is that saying? Pay yourself first. So what is it that you like to do? What brings your heart happiness and joy? And really just make sure to treat yourself and let go of any time constraints. There's like clocks. I don't know if you can see all of those clocks all over the tree and the wall, but let go of time constraints, let go of burdens, let go of, it's got to happen this way, or it needs to look like this. Just like let all of that go and just relax and let it come to you. Let your union manifest as it's meant to, because it's already happening. And you just sit back, relax, and receive it and enjoy. And one more thing too, you can see, the man, you can't even see their face because they're out the door. And so this is communicating that you and your twin flame both are leaving this behind. It's an old way of doing things, but you both are stepping out of that and you're stepping into, what we were showing you here is your prosperity and your success. And this is great. Just letting go of just all of the old, letting it fall away completely and relaxing fully into the new. So let's do one more card before we close out. So this one says number 11, emotional desert, inactivity and isolation. So 11, emotional desert, inactivity and isolation. This card can maybe look and feel like gloom and doom, but it's absolutely not that. What it means is that, you can see the desert here, and you might have been feeling very isolated or feeling alone as you have been navigating your twin flame journey, maybe feeling like your twin flame wasn't there with you, but they actually were all along, because your twin flame is you. They are you. You are one consciousness. But if you look here, you can see there's a lush green garden and trees. And it's kind of going back to this. I keep referencing back to this card, but it really is true. And kind of like in a desert, you kind of sometimes get the image of like thirst or like a lot of walking and not much life happening, which what it says is isolation. But now once again, you're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. There is that light, that lush green garden that you've been working on cultivating all along. And yeah, because it says emotional, you're going to feel a lot of emotions come up in that. You're going to finally feel like, wow, I've not been doing it alone. Like I've actually been loved all the way through, where I thought I might have been doing it alone. I thought I was off on my own island, but I actually wasn't. I was loved completely and supported all along the way. And there it is. There's my proof in a sense. And this is a time for you just to relax, going back to, yeah, remember leaving the old behind, which is exactly what this card is indicating. The old is the hard way of doing things. It's the struggle, it's the misery, it's the grief. And you're finally leaving that behind and stepping into your oasis. I actually don't even know what oasis means, which that drives me crazy because sometimes I'll just have a word. Like I know I've heard it before, but I have no clue what it means. And so because I'm a Virgo, I have to Google these things because it's going to drive me crazy. And if you don't know what oasis means, then you're probably going to want to know too. So let's just see like why, that clearly that popped into my head for a reason, but we're going to see what oasis means. Oh, okay. Oasis is a fertile or green area. Isn't that funny? Like that's how the divine works. He just like puts words in your consciousness, and you might not even know what it is, but there you go. And it says, let's see what else. What does it say? Yeah, something that provides refuge, relief, or pleasant contrast. Oh, that's so powerful because if you look at the card, like, yeah, like look at the massive contrast like this. I mean, it is beautiful, but there's nothing there. And so there's like, it can feel very alone and very dry and hot, like we know a desert to be. And then this is completely opposite of that. There's like life there, a lot of life and greenery. What did it say too here? It's fertile. There's a newness, and there's fresh grounds to grow on, to deepen roots into. So that's super cool. And so you're essentially stepping into your oasis, which is symbolic of also letting go of the old and stepping into the new. So that was a really cool midweek twin flame card reading. I hope that you enjoyed it just as much as I did. And I will see you in the next video. So thank you for watching.